Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Retro Carded Daredevil. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have Marvel. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole if they don't belong there. Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Daredevil. It's a nice big blister showcasing the figure and his accessories. On the bottom, you just see that slip of paper there. 4 and up, there's the assortment number if you need that kind of thing. Hasbro print. And then on the back, Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Daredevil. Blind lawyer Matt Murdock uses his radar sense and enhanced hearing as Daredevil to thwart Dr. Doom's plans to black out New York City. And then there's a nice comic type action pose or action shot of Daredevil throwing his billy club. Here's the cross sale of the wave, the Falcon, Daredevil, Constrictor, Magic, Alien Costume Spider-Man, where it's taking him over, which is the one out of this wave that I didn't get, and the Absorbing Man. Here's the instructions for the shield. Open it up, insert the lenticular piece, close it up, and then tilt it, or whatever. Attention, especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to baby. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print. Wow, that's new. I didn't know they started making them in Vietnam for Legends, but it is what it is, I guess. Symbols I'm not going to learn. Marvel print and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at some of the smaller stuff. So first up, he has an extra set of hands. One fist, in and out hinge. Does have nice molded details. Got some glove details in there, it looks like. So that's really good. And then like a splayed kind of open fingered hand. In and out hinge, again, those nice glove details on this one. So there is that. And while I've got the handy dandy tweezers out, we'll take a look at his trusty billy club, which this time is black and silver. Which doesn't match up to the original toy because that one was just gray plastic. But it does have a post on this side. It's got a port on this side, and you can connect them together to make the longer billy club, I guess. So then next up, let's take a look at his Secret Wars shield. Blind superhero, blind lawyer, Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Meep, 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 meep. Okay, so enough of that. On the back of the shield, it's got a C-clip on a hinge, so it can flip over to be a post instead if that's how you want it. And it opens just like that. There's no plastic piece, clear plastic piece in the shield like the originals. The originals had a piece in here that had the lenticular lines on it, whereas this one, the lenticular is all on the card here, and it works pretty well. Probably better than the old shields. And then it's got these divots in it, and you line it up with these little tabs in the front part of the shield, and then close it up, and that's it. And his last accessory is his radar sense, and I would have liked to have seen them do this with a little bit of color in it like they did in the comic books, at least how they did in the 80s. I don't know how they're doing it now, but it is, you know, it's a nice looking piece, and it's a nice accessory for Daredevil to, you know, get a radar piece. And then it's got a post on it right here where it plugs into his back, and we'll show that momentarily. Now let's take a look at Daredevil himself, and I am not sure what body this is on, but is it on the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows body? Maybe. Which would be the same as the last Daredevil. But I want to say this one's a little bit bulkier than that one, so I'm not sure what body this is. So you can see it's all molded in red plastic. He's got black double D's on his chest, and that sounds weird. The eyes are a little bit glossy, like they should be. That's kind of how they were portrayed in the comic book. They were always a different shade than the rest of the red in the costume. So a lot of people say, well, that's just, you know, the black D's there are just from the toy, in which the toy did have black, I guess it was a tampo on it there, but there were a few artists who did do the black lettering like this. It wasn't a lot, but there were a few. So he's got a black belt that's molded in black plastic, silver paint apps there, so that's kind of nice looking. And then he's got these black lines around the glove, just like the original figure had. And then he's got these lines on the boots as well, which is like the original Secret Wars figure from Mattel had as well. He does have his holster for his billy club, and it is a glued on piece, and just nice molded details throughout. Now let's take a look at the deco. Again, I already hit on the eyes. It may be that they did the inkjet on that. The rest of the face, I think they did too. You can see there's a little bit of color to the lips, and that's about it for the face other than the mask. Again, the tampo of the double D's on his chest, the silver paint app on his belt, and I'm assuming these are tampos on there. You can see he's got some molded detail in there for some shorts, or maybe it's just wrinkles in his pants. But nice, very nice muscular detailing on this figure. He's even got some wrinkles right here around the knees, so that's pretty cool. Now let's talk about his articulation. He looks up that high, and the head is on a ball and hinge. So he looks up that high, he looks down that low. And I say looks, knowing this, he can't see. He can chicken neck. He's got a little bit of waggle. Seems like Daredevil would have a little more waggle than that, because he's got to, you know, tilt his head to listen to stuff sometimes. He can do the full exorcist though. At the shoulder, he's got butterflies. They go back that far, so that's pretty good. And then forward that far, it could be a little better there, but 360 degrees of rotation there. He can raise his arm up well past 90 degrees. There's a cut at the upper bicep. 360 degrees of rotation there. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it gives you that much bend. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on An up and down hinge, and the other side is up and down as well. And the two hands on the figure are grip hands, so there is that. Now he's got this cut at the mid-torso that's on a half dumbbell or ball joint or whatever you want to call it. So that lets him lean back that far. It lets him lean forward that far. And it gives him 360 degrees of rotation, along with some left and right and hula type movement. He also has reverse ab hinge at the bottom, and that one lets him lean back that far. The belt gets in the way a little bit, but he can crunch forward that far. So in conjunction, those two let him lean back that far and crunch forward that far. So that's pretty darn good. There is no cut at the waist because of the reverse ab hinge. At the hips, he gives you that much of the splits. He kicks forward that far, about 90 degrees it looks like. And back about the length of his own foot maybe. There is a cut at the upper thigh, 360 degrees of rotation there. You have to watch out for the holster, it might get in the way. Double hinged, pinless knee with some detents in it. And it gives you that much bend. And then at the upper shin, there's a boot cut for another 360 degree rotation. At the ankles, tilts down that far. Tilts up that far. And has a pin for rocker. Now, as far as the billy club goes, unfortunately, this one, because of the peg on it, it only goes down that far. So they don't sit in there evenly unless you pull this one up, but then it looks kind of funky. But it looks funky like that too, so there is that. Now, he does have this port in his back. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not. If I didn't, it is there. And then the post on his radar, and it plugs right into his back. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Daredevil with a Hasbro Pulse exclusive Marvel Legends series Daredevil 3-pack Daredevil, the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure Wave Daredevil, and the Marvel Legends Series Mindless One Build-A-Figure Waves Marvel Knights Daredevil. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Marvel Legends Series Secret Wars retro carded Daredevil, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final ramblings on the Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Daredevil, I have to say this mold is darn near perfect for Daredevil. I do think it's missing a little bit. I understand they can't have the waist with the reverse ab hinge. So I hate that it's missing that, but at least it does have some twist in the upper torso. The deco that harkens back to that original Mattel Secret Wars figure. I love it. It's great. It's a great hit of nostalgia. I do like the Billy Clubs, although I do kind of wish, and that they could stay the same color, but I do wish it had the one side that had the hook on it, like the original figure had. And Daredevil's Billy Clubs, his blind cane, walking cane, transforms into his Billy Club, and it has a hidden switch that will make that crook turn straight when he needs it straight, or back to a crook when he needs it, like when he might be carrying more than one person on his line. So that's cool. One more piece of articulation on this guy. Well, actually 2 pieces, I guess. Would have been really fantastic. That those toe tilts would have been great on this figure, and would have put him that much more to being the perfect Marvel Legends Daredevil. Another miss that they did with this one, he should have come with 2 fists instead of just one. And they could have done the opposite fist and the opposite throwing hand, or whatever it is, and put it in this set as well, and it really wouldn't have made a hill of beans as far as cost goes. A couple of cents per hand, at least according to Vala versus Bobby Vala, that it really doesn't cost that much to do extra hands. So missed opportunity there, but a not missed opportunity for selling future versions of Daredevil. I think I would buy this figure again if they fix the hand issues and just do it in an all red version, like the comics, and not with the throwback to the Secret Wars figure. So, an all red one, I would like that in addition to this one, because I really like this figure. It does have that great nostalgic feel to it, but it also is just a great Daredevil figure on its own, if not completely comic book accurate. But, I can understand why that original Mattel figure had black D's on it, and some of the detail lines. That was a pretty inexpensively made line. And you want to talk about lines that reuse, almost every buck in that line was reused a lot. So there's that. But it is what it is, and it was still a cool line back in the day. And I do like this figure that was inspired by that one. And like I said, it's not a wholly unknown look in the comic for him to have the black D's, but not as common as a different shade of red. But they really stand out in the black, and I actually think that's a better look for it, personally. Your mileage, of course, may vary. But I really dig this figure. This may be my favorite figure out of the entire wave. Although I did not pick up the Spider-Man out of this wave. I'm kind of Spider-Man'd out at this point. And I think there were some inaccuracies on that one. It's cool to have the symbiote, kind of washing over him, but the costume should have been battle damaged as well. And they already had a battle damaged Buck for Spider-Man, so I don't know why they didn't do that. But, this figure, again, I think this is my favorite out of the line. Not out of the line, but out of this wave. And, it's really a good figure. And if you're a Daredevil fan, this is a pickup. So you probably already have it if you're a Daredevil fan. But I really like it. And again, it's my favorite out of the wave. Probably second to the Falcon, who I've just been waiting a long time to get that version of the Falcon in the modern Marvel Legends line, even though it could have been on a newer bug. But anyway, watch my review on that one for all my thoughts on that. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.